Hey there everybody, Froby here. I just wanted to start out the video first by saying thank you for all the love and support on the video from last week. It really does mean a lot. I wanted to follow up that video with today's topic, which is why I believe Quake 2 is the easiest arena shooter to get into in 2023. So as many people know, traditionally, arena shooters are known for being hard to get into. I personally believe that's a misunderstanding and it's a little bit of a stigma, but that is besides the point. I do want to explain my reasons for why I think Quake 2 may be the easiest arena shooter to play at this current time, and I do want to start with some of the important ones first. Number 1, the campaign. A lot of multiplayer games throw you into matchmaking where you need to learn how to defend yourself the hard way. Quake 2 has tons of single player content where you can take your time to learn the game, its mechanics, and understand them well before ever having to face another person online. This is a huge advantage as you will become comfortable with everything about the game in a very natural way. By the time you finish the campaign, you will be familiar with all the different weapons, the items, and as well as many of the game's maps. Number 2, weapon balance. For comparison, Quake 1 is a very punishing and a very fast game, even at the intermediate level. Quake 3, for example, has very balanced weapons, which makes understanding weapon selection a very core aspect of the game. In Quake 2, however, most weapons are quite powerful. Of course, weapon selection matters here too, but for the most part, you can do some pretty big damage with almost any weapon pickup. From the moment you spawn, you have this useless little pea shooter, which is the game's way of telling you to go get a better gun. So go out there, grab some shotguns, grab some super shotguns, some chain guns, or a railgun, and do some damage. Number 3, weapon swap speed. Along with weapon balance, another aspect of Quake 2 that varies quite a bit compared to other arena shooters is the weapon switching speed. In other versions of Quake, you can switch your weapons very quickly, which actually raises the bar quite a bit because in games with a higher time to kill, your position and control dictate how the fight plays out. Swapping to the correct weapons based on that distance and positioning, moment to moment, is a huge part of the game. Due to the fact that in Quake 2 you cannot switch weapons as quickly, you are a bit more committed to having the correct weapon out before engaging at all. This slows down the gunplay and how dynamic it is throughout engagements. I think this helps new players quite a bit, as they are not usually accustomed to switching to 3 different weapons within 6 seconds as it is common in other arena shooters. Number 4, Netcode. I did make a dedicated video about this before, but in summary, Quake 2 has really good netcode now with the remaster, so you can jump on even when your only option one day may be a server with 150 ping and you can still have a great time online. Of course, having a lower ping is always what to aim for, but in smaller niche games, having a netcode that can provide a somewhat competitive experience overseas is quite important. Number 5, Crossplay. Now with Crossplay, you can play Quake 2 with your friends regardless of the platform, which is also a huge bonus for games with smaller communities. And lastly, number 6, lots of new players. Due to the recent re-release, we currently have a lot of new players trying out Quake 2, and many players have never played arena shooters ever in the past. Because of this, the playing field is a little bit more accessible to everyone, as the servers aren't going to be riddled with old school players who understand the maps in and out. So right now, in my opinion, is the best time to jump on and learn the game when it's not just old schoolers that are filling up servers. Alright, with that being said, those are 6 quick reasons why I believe that Quake 2 is the easiest arena shooter to get into in 2023. I hope you enjoyed. Have yourselves a good one, be kind to each other, and take care.